Welcome to the Cultaholic Wrestling Podcast.
If you like a lot of wrestling on your Cultaholic, we beat Wrestle Talk at Wrestling Media Con.
We,
that's right. Yes,
right.
we did.
Fickle bastards. Right.
I never let you down. Never gave up.
We did beat them, and they did to be fair, they smashed that forfeit out of the park.
Yeah, not so much a forfeit as a bragging contest at that point.
Honestly, I was impressed with them.
4 hours of training they did. It's an impressive achievement inside 4 hours. Jushin Liger was fully erect down the side of the hall.
He was stood up, you're right. Yeah, if you don't believe us, the fact that Rev Pro and New Japan stars were all signing at the same time.
He was stood up throughout the entire...
He's looking like this.
He lost his bananas during Toto Africa, that bit of the song. That's when he truly lost his bollocks. So there you go. Jushin Liger loves Toto Africa.
And Show and Yo and the rest just like...
Yeah. That's why we've got Ollie's jacket.
That's right.
Lovely.
Ollie's jacket, because no one else wanted to wear it. It's very hot, and it's distracted from the fact that we've got one camera today,
I was going to say that this is... Well, Ross, go ahead. Explain.
So as you might know from social medias this week, Adam Pacitti is out there in the Performance Centre, the WWE one, as opposed to a different one. Filming content thanks to WWE 2K19.
Cheers, guys.
Thank you very much, 2K19 people. And while doing that, he's taken a camera with him. He is now stuck in America, which means the camera is stuck there with him. And we only have 2 cameras here at Cultaholic because we're poor.
So, yeah, so...
Patreon.com/Cultaholic.
This is going to have to do for 1 week. There'll be one more video on the channel where there's only one camera, so that's not too bad.
Right.
Hopefully he'll be back by next week's podcast. If he's not, we'll have to buy another camera, I guess, and a different presenter.
Yeah, a different business partner.
From Camera Presenters are us.
Radio Cultaholic broadcast live every week.
Yeah.
But that's the sit rep there. Yeah. MediaCon was good.
MediaCon was a right laugh. Honestly. Yeah, had a great time. Thanks to everyone we met. You was a lovely bunch.
This is weird, isn't it? Talking like this. You should be sat there.
It is. I should know off camera.
It looks like it feels like we're actually talking to the camera. Like, cheers everyone.
Yes.
Yeah, it was good. It was a good laugh.
This is our video shoot at 3 a.m.
Pretend the camera's not there.
Some people some people got our sign, Cultaholic Wrestling Superstars. Some people did not. Like just people would. I didn't know any of the ones who like Colt Cabana got it, and that's all that matters really. Yeah. I think. What else happened? Saw my pal Moose, our pal Moose.
I was trying to segue into the fact that Virgil saw it.
Virgil saw it on Twitter.
Yeah. Oh,
yeah.
Nick, we owe him money and meat sauce.
Yeah.
F money.
F money.
F money.
Best kind of money.
Indeed.
Sammy Callahan is a big fan of us, of Cultaholic. He interviewed him. I don't think this is spoiling too much.
No,
the first thing he said was, "Jack, where's your Scott Steiner suit?"
I was like, what?
That's a bit weird.
Wasn't that great?
And then Pacitti walked in halfway through the interview, and I was like, get in the video. Come on, Adam. Adam didn't have a clue what was going on, so he just went, yeah, I know you're a big fan of mine, Sammy. Like, sarcastically, but he actually is. So it just seemed like he was bragging. Seemed like he was going, I know you're a big fan, pal.
Yes, I am.
Settle down. Yeah. Yeah, it was good. Got some interviews. Ross got some straight to hells. You might have seen one previewed on Twitter.
Big bloody Dave.
Dave Meltzer.
Big Dave.
Controversial is all I'm saying. One of the things he put to hell, I just had to sit back and not say anything because it was that bad. That's big of an issue.
All right.
So there you go. There's a bit of a bold tickler for you.
Hey, I just want to shut this video down now and wait for that to come out. Yeah, I got to have a meal with Dave.
A meal?
He's a nice fella, isn't he?
Yeah. He was nice enough to let me eat next to him, which is nice. So, I mean,
Did he
say anything about that.
I was going to do a cheap joke. Did he rate the food out of...
I asked him this. He says no, he's never done that. He's never gone to a restaurant and gone, 5-star meal, pal.
We're at Frankie and Benny's, so if you're expecting a 5-star meal, he's very misunderstood. We ate, and Adam Blackstop and Mo Chatra talked, and, Blanham was like, remember Memphis in 86? Baba Bigelow's best year? And then Mo Chatra was like, yeah, I do, May. Remember we met like 10 years ago? And Dave's like, yeah. And I was like, Dave, how you doing? You're so big. Completely ruined my big chance. But yeah, I got to do a panel with Wrestling Memes. It was a pleasure.
Yeah.
And per Curtis Chapman. Poor Curtis, what the hell am I out then? Poor Curtis Chapman. There we go.
Curtis Chapman.
Poor Curtis Chapman, whose career we've put back, I think 5 years, and we've been in the business 3. So sorry about that, Curtis. But he took it very well. Everything went wrong with the panel, and people seemed to like it because they thought it was deliberate. So if you liked it, yes, it was. That's all I could say about it.
We also saw some wrestling shows, bit of Rev Pro.
just a bit. I mean, 2 days of Rev Pro.
2 days of Rev Pro, 1 day of Impact, and it was good wrestling all round, to be fair. When Walter walked out, whoa!
See, I've only been going by what was on the MediaCom website, and not one time did they mention that ring camp were going to be there. So I thought Timothy Thatcher was just walking around because he's part of NJPW or something, who also doing matches. And so I heard, Dunne. I'm like,
Yeah.
wait. Oh, Thatcher, right? And it was like, Walter came out. I'm like, where's he been hiding?
First time I've seen Walter in real life, and he is a large man.
Yes, and if you don't believe me, watch him next to Jonathan Gresham.
Well, who
who I
wrestled
swore
really well.
was a big man until like Walter came out.
It was good. I enjoyed that show. I was drunk on night one, like very. Me and Jen.
It sucks because, every time someone takes a photo of you, they go, oh, you must have been drunk. And you're like, no, I always look like that.
Yeah, but now I actually was this time, so that's all right.
I've got to thank Jen, by the way. I'm going to do it publicly for getting Big Dave to do Straight to Hell.
Oh, was it all down to Jen?
Because she's obviously best pals with the man now, isn't she?
Obviously.
And that night when you were pissed as a fart, she was even more pissed as a fart. She was like, oh, I'll just go over and ask him. And I was like, no, Jen, let's just leave it till the morning, because apparently he agreed early in the afternoon to do it the next day. But she was like, no, I'll go and do it. And she waltzed over, and 10 minutes later she was back saying he's done. And she sorted it out the next day. So, I was worried that pissed Jen was going to give us a bad name with Meltzer, but no, she came through, and all credit to her.
Jen's a social butterfly. She's actually good at, because we're sad men. We can't actually communicate with other people very well, whereas Jen can. So fair play to her.
Dave's not someone that says no to much.
Yeah, he's actually
He did an intro for Botchamania when I was at PWG, and he was the ring announcer whose name I'll leave out just in case he doesn't get name dropped. He said, hey, you've got an intro from Dave? And I went, get an intro from Dave Meltzer, what are you on about? And he went, oh, that's easy. Hey, Dave, come over here. Dave's like, hello? He's like, stand in front of the camera and say, you watch your Botchamania. He's like, okay, what do you want me to say? I was like, what? Are we just forcing him? And it's a great video, but it does look like if you pan slightly to the right, you'll see an M16 pointing at his head. So thank you, Dave. Nothing but love.
Dave's hoodie needs a shout out as well. Bloody hell.
It's the same as mine, my tie-dye.
Yeah, you had to take it off during my thing, because the green screen would have clashed.
Oh, you should have
It would have been a floating body. A floating head, sorry.
Doing the weather on his chest.
But MediaCon was a fantastic weekend.
I had a good time.
Look forward to next year if there is
you
one.
very
Don't know
much.
if there is one. Wrestling news. Batista hasn't been invited to SmackDown Live 1000. That's a shame.
Batista's a big figure in the history of SmackDown.
Carried them in 07. Was it?
5 or 6.
When Taker and Edge were injured especially.
Right,
Carried them then.
It's bizarre. Batista has never been more famous, and WWE has cared less about him.
Yeah. You'd think with that star power in the mainstream, he's one of the big three, isn't he? With Rock and Cena to have made it.
Do you think he's a bit too outspoken? He just says
He
what
always,
he
he
wants.
always says he wants to come back, and he still loves professional wrestling and all this stuff, and that don't want anything to do with him, which is
I
weird.
think it's one of these things where, like, well, we can use Dave, or we can use one of these many superstars that don't want to ask for, trans, hotel, and food and stuff like that.
Is that an issue for them? Even
I
with
imagine-
the 1.5 billion and coming in soon.
Yes. Wait a minute, let me just check if they have them. Yep, they're still paying for trans. Yeah, they still have an issue.
I think it's a shame. The Rock surely will show up. Is he the most when you think
In a
of
video.
when you think of SmackDown? Who's the wrestler that you think of the most? Is it The Rock?
Yeah,
Mine's
probably.
Undertaker for me.
Okay, in like the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
Yeah, when I
Mid to
first
late.
started watching it, was The Rock and the dog poop match with British Bulldog, and I don't think either of those are showing up.
I think of like
That'd be great, though.
Edge and Eddie. Not Edge. He wasn't. Was he in the SmackDown 6? Yeah, he
Yeah, he
was.
was there.
Yeah, I think of the SmackDown 6 and
Yeah, it
stuff.
was Edge and Ray.
Benoit, Angle,
Los
Chavo.
Guerreros.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go, Chavo.
Yeah, that's the one name they'll get back from the past. Chavo.
Couldn't get Dave, we got Chavo.
Roof will be off the arena.
I like Chavo.
He's all right, isn't he?
Yeah, he's alright.
I liked him when he was doing stuff other than, hello, you may know me from such families as Eddie Guerrero's family. Yeah, shame about that. And what other news?
Stephanie McMahon's been part of a thing today, some sort of conference in New York, I think it was. And she said the only reason for WWE's success today is because they listen to their fans. Which, out of context, sounds like the worst thing anybody's ever said. But in context, she then goes on to talk about how if it wasn't for the fans, the women's revolution wouldn't have happened, which is, of course, true because the fans didn't get behind AJ Lee's hashtag, which you failed to mention, of course.
Who?
AJ Lee, yeah, exactly.
Brie Bella. She started the women's revolution.
If the fans didn't get behind that hashtag, who knows what would have happened. So technically she's right, but out of context she's not.
Isn't this what you're supposed to say in a conference call? I mean, if Steph said, we just do what we want, we make loads of money, it wouldn't be a good conference call, would it? You're supposed to say, we're just our fans, we care about our fans.
I don't think
we don't pay trans.
I think it was like I think she was there live. I think it was like an actual event.
Yeah, she's on stage doing a presentation sort of thing. But it's weird because WWE bat themselves into these corners, don't they?
Of course.
Yeah.
Steph, are you booking Bautista? We listen to our fans.
Well, that's hit the headlines today and caused a bit of controversy.
I can't believe a wrestling video website would take a quote out of context by
I don't think
WWE and post it online.
I don't think
we
we're
don't
that
do it
bad
half
for
as
it,
we don't do it
no.
as it's 10th as much as other websites do. But
Stephanie McMahon can still be booked elsewhere.
and to be fair, in the article, I did say she's probably right in that sort of in the context, but just take the quote out of it, and that's
Is this having our cake and eating it?
Yeah,
Yes.
we're playing the game. We're playing don't hate the players, hate the game.
I mean, really, if we don't do it, somebody else will. So it might as well be us.
Another bit of news. Speaking of SmackDown wrestlers, AJ Styles, he was apparently going to have had to change his name when he came to WWE, but then he went, well, I can't because look, and he's obviously got AJ on his side in a big tattooed ink.
Had an interview with ESPN where he's talking about his initial meetings with Triple H, and Triple H was like, "Oh, your name, it might be, might have to change that," and he was like, "I'm all right with that, but big tattoo."
Yeah, but other people get tattoos of other people's names. I mean, there's a lot of people called Metallica out there.
Well,
Braun Strowman's got his shoot name, brother, down the back of his arm. Shar, is it? Cher?
Cher.
Shar?
Yeah, that must be it, yeah.
Cher.
I love her.
Cher Samuels. That's a good name.
in night after love? I can feel these hearts inside me sad.
Whoa. Hang on.
Dogs of war. If I could tell, but let's just sing Cher songs like Braun Strowman for an hour. That'll be the podcast.
I got you, babe. There we go.
But I guess early 2016, it was a bit of an unprecedented move for somebody with a maiden name to come in and keep the name, because obviously had Balor a year or two before.
Joe.
He changed his. Joe kept his. Yeah, that's an example.
That's right. Yeah, it's a recent
CM
EC3.
Punk.
Yeah.
EC3 though.
This is like early 2016 we're talking about here, not like a recent-ish
EC3
one.
But I'm saying
is like-
this is now normal though. You're right. It's beforehand it would have been your name is.
Joe's the exception, isn't he? Everyone else had to change. James Storm kept his name for that one time, I guess.
Oh yeah, it was weird, wasn't it? Bobby Roode.
Yep.
I'm talking bollocks, aren't I?
Yeah, you are, but
Eric
in a good
Young.
way.
Killian Dane though, it does chop and change.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
I think it depends on how much of a star you were outside of that. If you're Ricochet, you go,
Yeah.
are people going to have a chance at something else? Probably not.
I guess I've just got Balor on the brain.
Big Tegan. She had to change her name.
Adam Cole.
Baby. Yeah, she had to change her name to Adam Cole.
Yes.
Doesn't she look different now?
What a transformation.
Ric Flair got married for the
not this.
5th time. And
5 times.
God, I love the fact that weddings, you have organs, don't you, normally playing the groom down the aisle. Not at Ric Flair's 5th wedding. Ric Flair drip. On a CD or an MP3, perhaps.
It's unlikely any of Flair's organs play at this point in his life.
Oh, how rare, man.
Oh, come on, it's right. Come on. You've seen him.
Is it by Migos? Migos. Or Quavo or someone. Who's it by?
I've got no idea.
Raindrop. Drop top. It's that new rap music.
Yes.
that all the kids listen to.
Yes.
I look like one of them. One of them new rappers.
Yeah, if
Lil
you don't
Xan.
know, we don't know.
Right, okay, cool. Congratulations, Rick.
Yes, congratulations, Rick.
to him.
Yeah, congrats.
What?
I mean, it's the 5th time. It's like, yes,
It's fine.
He's finally found. He's finally
love.
found the
I'm happy.
one.
He's found the one.
I'm happy.
You know, it's sometimes as we go through a long and winding journey in life, it's about the destination.
He's found the one
Oh,
like
something.
Morpheus.
Stopped off a lot of those service stations then. Whatever. And it's Fifi from the old Flair for the Gold,
Yes,
which is a bizarre turnaround.
been dating for 6 years. I was reading on TMZ
Oh,
before.
see, that's a long enough time.
Oh,
yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Great. That was the weekend news.
Yes.
And Renee, bloody hell,
Yes.
that happened on Monday. It was announced on Monday, and then
Just
it
get
happened on
married to
Monday.
Ric Flair.
It's been a quick progression. She did. As you said off camera, you didn't really notice her, so therefore,
Yes,
Great.
Renee, thank you for taking my quite all context. Yes, the fact that I didn't notice Renee much is an improvement on Coachman, who I did notice, talking complete bollocks.
Like, it was spiraling out of control, wasn't it? Just them having pointless... Reminded me of me and Miller from Name Redacted Pro Wrestling, having pointless arguments that would overshadow the wrestling.
Yeah.
And it would just ruin it for you, wouldn't it?
It was, yeah. Who won the best commentator of the Euro Award?
That would be me.
That's right, because you were able to
Twice as many
Leggero
votes as Jim
correctly.
Ross.
That's right.
I've got a funny story about that, right? So we recorded episode 1 of WCPW, and the audio was horrible. And we had episode 2 already in the bag. And in episode 2, Miller had butchered Leggero's name. So when we redid episode 1, he also had to butcher... Sorry, no, I've made a mess of that. I've made a complete hash of that, haven't I? You had to
It sounds...
Yeah, you had to...
That sounds like legit.
Yeah.
You had to deliberately get it wrong again.
Yeah, deliberately get it wrong again when we redid it.
A story about getting something wrong.
Got it completely
Such
wrong.
a professional, Ross. But yeah, that was great.
Yeah.
And then Simon Miller apparently did not know that he'd been replaced on commentary until the next episode of Loaded came out and he wasn't on it.
Really? I didn't even know that.
I mean, I
hope everyone knew that.
No, I asked.
Breaking news.
I asked to go in and they said, "Oh no, you're going anyway." I was like, "Fine, see you later." That was the
We're
worst.
not like, I didn't do a good job.
That was the worst thing I ever did. That.
I didn't think the commentary was that bad.
Good time.
I thought it was all right.
Yeah.
I've heard worse commentary before.
That's the thing. You go, hey, you were bad, but I mean, Rob Bartlett, 93. Oh, moron. But that's the week in news. Let's move on to
Yeah.
something else and get this jacket off.
Everybody get excited for the Cultaholic Hall of Fame!
Whoa! Hey!
Oh, yeah.
Come on.
Come on. Get excited right now.
Yeah.
It's time for That's the juxtaposition between and that shirt.
This is louder than me right now.
Yes.
My voice does recover from going, oh my God, to Jonathan Gresham on Sunday.
Yeah, he was great. But you know what else is great?
What else is great,
Bloody,
Jack?
the Cultaholic Hall of Fame, Maffew.
Bloody
Bloody Cultaholic Hall of Fame.
Last week's nominations were Pharaoh the dog.
Pharaoh.
Is it Pharaoh or Pharaoh?
Pharaoh the
Oh, yeah.
dog.
It's Pharaoh.
People pronounce it Pharaoh.
Yeah, Americans do sometimes, don't they?
Isn't it spelled Pharaoh?
I think it's Pharaoh.
Yeah. I didn't know what to say last week, so I said, but I've gone with the wrong one, though. It's
That's all right.
Pharaoh the dog, then.
Leggero the dog, yeah.
What was yours?
I can't remember, Ross. What was it?
That was Janela, wasn't
I
it?
thought you had them written down to help.
No.
Oh, right. Mine, I think, was Joey Janela for nearly dying at All In. Yeah, that was mine, actually.
I think mine wasn't it all in Starcast? I think I just sucked up the entire episode.
No, yours was a specific one. I can't remember what it was, though.
So great. I love
So-
the show. But who won?
It's all right, I didn't
I
win.
thought you had it in your mind before we kicked off here today.
I tricked you.
Ah.
Deflecting.
There he is.
If you direct your attention to the top right of the board,
Nobody's
There's
going to
no
see
way.
that from
Is
there.
there- I'm glad you paid money for that.
There is a good boy in the top corner.
With a friggin' pin through its head.
it's Pharaoh, the dog.
Pharaoh the dog.
Why someone William Tell the top of its head?
Somebody like Cody Rhodes
that's
know
petty.
that Pharaoh is in the Cultaholic Hall of Fame.
Pinned up. The prime of his life.
Before Cody himself got in, which I think's a turn up, really. No, not for this Hall of Fame. Actually, Pharaoh would probably have been the favourite to get in ahead of Cody.
I wouldn't pay for a wrestler's photo. I would pay to get a photo of the dog.
Yeah? Did you see the dog?
No.
No.
That line was out the hall. I was waiting for that.
Well, have you got one in mind for this week, yeah? Because I have.
Absolutely.
Oh,
There's been a lot of... One of the things I've noticed by going to these little things, be it StarCast or MediaCon, is that I'm getting recognised as often for being the botch guy as being the guy that's on these shows. One of the reasons is not because of these ridiculous shirts that people request I wear, but also because of a little minor character named Puppet Jack, who apparently has lost control on Twitter, which is an account not run by me. Thank you very much.
or
I
me.
annoyed
Just
Jack.
like to, or me.
Or anybody associated with Cultaholic.com.
So apparently I've been told that for this week, maybe next week and the week after that, depending on how long you guys keep me employed because of this, Puppet Jack is going in.
Oh, no, man. Oh,
I can't hit any of the notes this week, sadly. So Jack got a bit of a tummy ache this week.
shut up then.
It's flu-like symptoms.
He's probably still going to tweet 50 times a day, though, isn't he?
That's right. I tag you in every
And it's
single
not
one
even.
of them.
Oh,
That's all you're gonna
man.
get. Jack, you okay?
Why
Oh my
was-
God.
Why was I not invited to this picture? I get the joke, Puppet Jack. I get it.
Do you? Why are you laughing?
He's going to win as well. That's the thing. He's going to win as well. He's actually going to win.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
God.
Put him down, please.
Wait, what? A syringe?
With your shotgun on.
What's your vote?
Mine's not Puppet Jack, thankfully.
Oh, no.
No, please, Maffew, please.
sorry.
I'm actually begging. Mine goes to another figure from Wrestling Media Con, but a real person made of flesh and blood and dreams. And it's a man named Andy. Big Andy. Big And. I mentioned before that me and Jen got very drunk. And that was largely thanks to the efforts of a very generous man named Andy who bought us lots of drinks. And then we had a bit of a good time with him at the after party.
Oh, tabloids!
We had a threesome sex session with. No, we didn't. We didn't. We just had a bit of a dance.
Said it.
We had a bit of a like Alvarez.
Yeah.
And then they came down.
And then they had sex.
-5 stars. No, we just had a bit of a dance with him, and then I got a bit more drunk, and then suddenly, before I knew it, I was in an Uber with Kenny and Jen on the way back to the hotel bar, where everyone, all the talent were. I use that for myself because I don't feel like I'm talented. But and then checked my Twitter when I got back to my room at the end of the night. Tweet from Andy, where did you go? And I felt so bad. I was like, we didn't say goodbye to Andy before we left, and he bought us all those drinks. So in honor of that, as a way of apology, I'm going to nominate Andy for the Hall of Fame. And also, I saw him the next day, so it wasn't that bad, you know? It wasn't that bad at all.
There he is. That's great. That's our way of apology. What was that?
You love that.
That I heard about. The Iron Sheik, when he was at indie shows, used to like get fans to drive him to events and basically say, "Yeah, like you drive me there, you drive me back, you buy me food, and you'll be my manager for the night."
Oh,
and that's pretty much what we do
fantastic.
here. You give me booze, you drive. Uber's great. I'll leave you, and then I'll just mention you on the podcast.
He didn't get us the Uber. Kenny got us the Uber.
I'll retract your Hall of Fame. Then.
Get in the Uber. We're going back to the hotel.
He was good at the show,
First time
Kenny.
I'd seen Kenny for a while, and I was like, oh, it's good to see him.
Remember that guy you don't like being mentioned? I say him about 5 times.
Whoa.
It's horrible, Kenny. Jesus. Anyway, Ross, what's yours?
What was that?
What was that?
Mine's Fatman Scoop.
Brooklyn Clan.
Because today 2K released a trailer for 2K19, and it looks like they've got a big head game mode in it.
Is there?
Yeah.
Really? Like DK mode from Gold.
Yeah, just like a massive head mode, like sort of thing. And it was Xavier Woods who was the big head showcased in this advert, and it just reminded me of that Fatman Scoop video.
I don't think...
Engine number 9.
It's all samples. It's all quotes.
Your hands in
Such a weird
line.
song.
If my train goes off the track, pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
Oh,
Who's f***ing tonight? Who's f***ing tonight? Won't work, will it? I can't remember what the song's called, but whatever that song is by Fatman Scoop, that is going in the Hall of Fame.
I don't think
hopefully.
Xavier Woods particularly...
No, it was just the big head on the little body. It's
Yeah,
just-
right.
It looked
fair
like it was
enough.
part of that video.
So instead of nominating the big head mode in 2K19, you've just gone for Fatman Scoop.
Because it reminded me of Fatman Scoop.
That song, I'm sure, was out when we were kids. But
2003. It was on Huge Hits.
But did it play in uni a lot when you were at uni as well, on nights out?
Oh.
No.
Oh, it did for us.
Not in Sunderland, no.
Oh, no.
It was all bloody that song.
It's not just a CD stuck.
Yeah,
Like,
it's-
what is this?
that was
Thingy
like-
off Little Britain.
That was my toilet song, that. I was like, I'm going to the toilet now.
I genuinely don't know what you're talking about.
I forgot what it's got. It's Million Voices or something. It was played
A
relentlessly.
million voices. It sounds like one.
Yeah, it was crap.
Horrible.
It was a bad song. Yeah.
But then you had 50 pence Trebs in Sunderland, and you forgot all about the song, so it was quite nice.
Is that a grime rapper? 50 pence drums.
Oi. So there you go. If you want to vote for either Fatman Scoop, I forgot what they are. What was yours again? Oh, Puppet
how
Jack,
really-
Big Andy.
Big Andy, or Puppet Jack.
Let's get it out. Oh.
Big Andy, I should point out, wasn't a particularly large man. Not abnormally so, but just that was his nick. Me and Jen afterwards were like, remember Big Andy?
Just one of
'Cause
the
he's a
lads,
Big
isn't he?
legend, I.
Is this the only time he's ever been called Big Andy?
Yeah, maybe, yeah.
Big, short for, I'm really sorry we left.
Really sorry, Andy. But I saw him the next day.
And he was sad, Andy.
No, he wasn't. He was all right.
Patreon.com/Cultaholic if you want to vote.
Lovely.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the Raw and SmackDown Recap.
The week of wrestling. Wait, has this got a segment name or not?
The Raw and SmackDown recap.
You think you know this by now?
But it's such a great name. Wrestling. On Raw, in bullet points, the best way to watch Raw.
They went down to New Orleans. They're going to have a good time or whatever the lyrics are. Going down in New Orleans. Do you remember that from WrestleMania?
Yeah.
That's the song. But I just thought it was class because at the end of WrestleMania, you've got the heel winning, the babyface is drenched in his own blood, and everyone's like, Brock Lesnar, who's going to stop him? Really tense ending, and then just going down in New Orleans. Just a nice happy song to end things off. It was jarring.
I did like when the WrestleMania we were at, everyone at the stadium, everyone was, I'm ready to go, oh, and then someone got,
It was like being at Leeds Festival, wasn't it?
It was.
Alan, Dave.
That's right, Wow. Really taking it back there, sorry. The Shield confronted Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, and Drew McIntyre.
Yep.
Yeah, they got around the issue of how can we make the Shield look dominant whilst also being good guys by having half the roster turn on them.
And half the roster who shouldn't be there. Like Kevin Owens fighting on behalf of Braun Strowman.
Makes no sense.
And the Authors of Pain fighting on behalf of the Raw Tag Team Champions who they want to fight.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And they dealt with the issue of having 19 men angry at them by coming out with axe.
They hit them with axe
handles.
handles. They jumped off the top. Big
Damn
axe
it.
handle. No, literal ones, yeah.
Yes, I think it must be cheaper to buy axe handles than axes. I'm not in America, I don't know.
Well, they
right to
didn't-
bear
they
arms
didn't-
and all
Re-
that.
Reigns forgot the title for a second week in a row.
Did he?
Aye.
I didn't even notice.
It's hard to like
Disrespectful.
hold the title with that hand. And, yeah.
He's moaned for
yeah.
months, oh, the title's never
Yeah.
here, and it's 2 weeks in a row. He's forgotten it. Arsehole. Hypocrite.
It should. That's
Bell
it.
end.
Seth with the axe handle, Dean with the axe handle, him. Title shot the head. Title shot the head. Yeah, it's. I don't want to be negative like some other people, but yeah, right now on this period for wrestling is always a bit negative because it's all right, just get us towards WrestleMania season. I'm not feeling this. I
mean,
don't
this
care.
week's Raw was especially bad because it was just adverts and highlight packages from stuff that's happened
Right.
or happened already, which was
It's a bizarre period because you almost get distracted and have to remind yourself what wrestling happened because it's like Hell in a Cell this weekend, also Evolution, also
Oh, it's all kicking off, isn't it? It's all
Mixed
coming
Match Challenge is coming back, also the Mae Young Classic is coming back, also Australia, also the Connor's Cure thing's happening, also bacon, also cheese, also burger, the Big Show's here, Mick Foley's here. You're like, all right, great. And then they give you a rematch with B Team, and you're like, okay, there's nothing happening in the show. Kevin Owens attacked Tyler Breeze and revealed why he returned to WWE. Did he?
he's been given a free license by big baldy bastard Baron Corbin
To batter his opponents.
batter folk.
To do what he wants.
He's going to be going around recklessly and beating up folk.
Which,
Well, that's what he was doing before.
as Brandon Stroud pointed out on Uprocks, he said that it basically that makes him a babyface. Does what he wants. Gets cheered for it. He's a babyface.
That's just how this works now. Well, Ryan Satin, well, I call Satan because it's funny, said
I've
exactly
never
the
even
same.
thought of that. Right. Fair enough.
Who's your backup famous writer?
My friend Dave Meltzer.
Damn it. Oh, right, you win this one, Ross. Mick Foley revealed he would be the special guest referee. I think special.
This came out of nowhere.
For Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman at WWE Hell in a Cell. Great, we've got Mick Foley who can't cut a promo at this point because there's no feud. And
I thought he was quite
can't-
good on Monday.
And he can't bump.
Because remember when he was Raw GM, he had this stage where he would forget everything, and all of a
Yeah,
sudden he had a
exactly.
notepad and pen on the.
Mick Foley, my favourite wrestler of all time. No. Again, having Mick Foley in a Hell in a Cell where he can't physically bump anymore.
Apparently,
doesn't.
he's banned.
Right.
Man from Bumping.
Yeah.
Good.
So
The only reason he's in there is to promote the. There's an hour-long or a 90-minute special after Hell in a Cell. His one-man show. That's the only reason
What?
he's in there.
Is he going to rip
that
off his
real?
t-shirt to
Yeah.
reveal another one? with that
Meltzer,
on it?
well, it's Meltzer speculating on Observer Radio, saying the only reason he's in there just to promote that. And I didn't know it was happening. They didn't mention it on Raw.
Right. Because there was enough time with all the other plugs. So we've got Foley in the cell, but he can't bump. We've got Evil Knievel, but he's left his bike at home. Mint. Universal Champion Roman Reigns attacked Braun Strowman. We already covered that, really.
Setting through the stage at the end.
Jumped off the table. Ruined Renee's notes on her first night as a regular member of the announced team. Kicked them all
Good
over,
natured
presumably.
ribbon. Also, I'm told, according to JBL.
Just a harmless rib. And yeah,
That speaks volumes, didn't it? If that's a highlight of Raw. Because I thought the rest of it
What
was.
was the highlight of Raw? I'm trying to think. There was something. Let's put in that. Oh, of course. God. Leo Rush. His name
No,
was-
Yeah.
God, aye.
my
like,
man.
like Tamagotchis, aren't they? 205 Live people.
Well,
Yeah,
just,
yeah.
All the
they've got-
main roster's getting.
This is a little Pokemon. AOP have got Spud. Lashley's got, I think,
Gulak was still lost, though. Although he did appear on 205 Live this week, didn't he? So who knows what his crack is?
who knows?
where's Neville going to show up? He's been hiding Strowman's beard all this time. He's going to jump out in Hell in a Cell. That would be genius.
If that happens, I will. Wow, it's not going to happen.
But he's come up with some weird predictions for Hell in a Cell, by the way.
Has he?
Yeah, because he was stuck in America, so he just trusted
Should we
me
read
and
them
Ross
out for
was
you?
reading them
'Cause
out.
I've got them all listed here. Talk
Yeah,
amongst
sure.
yourselves for a second.
Okay, how you doing?
Yeah, not bad, friend.
How you doing? I'm all right. Okay, great.
Quick,
Well done,
hurry, Ross, please.
So he's gone for the New Day. Fair enough.
Fair enough.
Rollins and Ambrose. Fair enough. Jeff Hardy being carried away by an albatross to start a new life with the albatross. No contest.
As he's on top of the cell, the albatross swoops in,
Is this someone Dayquil?
takes him off.
Monroe Sky will run
this
in.
was him trusting us to report his
No, these are legitimate picks by PG.
Yeah.
Monroe,
Trusting us to report it when he's taking the camera.
Yeah.
Monroe Sky will run in and stunner Brie Bella, giving Miz and Maurice the win. Road Dogg will run in and pin Charlotte to win the Women's Championship. Wrestle Talk will interfere on segways and attack Ronda Rousey with the segways.
Okay, that's pretty.
While Jusha Liger cheers in the background.
Of course.
In the crowd like that.
AJ Hazard or Adam Pacitti, whoever's in town, will run in and win a WWE Championship. And in the Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman match, Tugboat will win.
Tugboat, yeah.
Thanks, Adam Pacitti. Please, next time, send any questions via the Cultaholic Patreon like the rest of them. SmackDown. Wait, yeah, all that was missing was a hello diddlers, and that would be from the mailbag. SmackDown. Rusev Day surprisingly beat the Bar, turned the right to challenge for SmackDown tag team titles at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
They're not going to win, though.
Nah.
But it is nice to see other tag teams get...
Yes.
Even though they weren't a tag team for a bit, now they are because they had the differences, and it got settled because they started winning again.
Yeah.
There's actually some bit of storyline there.
I think they're going to break up at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah, when they don't win, then it's like, I blame you.
Yeah. But never mind, you know.
But then that would mean Rusev bad, and is he good
Rusev
now?
bad.
The only way we realistically win is if Aiden English turns on them.
I'm just worried for what Aiden English is going to do after Rusev cuts him loose, because what else has he got in his locker? Singing.
Busking.
205 Live.
Whiskey.
Is he that light? Maybe not, he's quite tall.
Yeah.
He's married into the Guerrero family. Just do what Chavo does.
Yeah.
Look at my familia.
I lie, I cheat, I steal. That'd be great. Samoa Joe's bedtime story.
Jesus Christ.
See, I think Joe was able to pull... talk about Joe being a great promo. Some of the stuff he said has been great. Other times it's just been... He's been able to sell the crap lines he's been given. I think this is one of those times it was borderline because any other wrestler doing this and you'd be like, Roman Reigns did this. Braun, I'm going to tell you a bedtime story. He would mock relentlessly forever.
Yeah.
But Joe, I think, managed to pull this off, even with the, wacky effects they'd usually say for a Kane video package. I think he just got away with it, just with the closing shot with,
those illustrations
take your wife.
Were weird. Like,
your wife, your
fan
title,
fiction, wasn't it?
Yeah, your wife, your title, and your kids in that order.
Jesus.
But I see it's just a shock he's got access to a publishing company to get that thing sorted.
Oh, I just imagine him at home, just like painstakingly, I've got to get this right for SmackDown.
I mean, that's really it. Yeah, I put a lot of effort into this. If it was like crap, like whatever, he paid someone to do.
Because
Fiverr.com.
Back in the day, like. You remember Undertaker's feud with Kamala, where it would cut to him and Barry in the workshop, and Undertaker's like sawing wood, and Barry was like,
"That was
My
great,
Undertaker," and he's like making the casket and that, and there's a little blueprint like drawing of Kamala that Undertaker's drawn.
Like he's checking it.
Yeah.
No, it's too small. It won't fit. Start again.
So I'd like to have seen a bit more.
This'll show him. Right.
Yokozuna's could be like, "This fits me perfectly. Wow."
I want to see like when someone like Strowman or someone comes out with a highlights package that shows them from the previous week kicking the hell out of the rival that they've made apparently. I want to cut to them like in Sam's seat with a coffee just like Premier's crashed again. Can it do it?
Was that the Wrestle Talk thing at the thing from Hell?
Aye.
So everybody roll the footage that I have made. It's not like the trial version watermark.
The watermark one.
And it's like, when you are with me. I couldn't find the music, I'm sorry. I feel. Andrea Cien Almas defeated R-Truth. Coming out face turn confirmed.
She's just turned face, thanks to one comment from Maurice. That's all it's taken. What a shame, because I thought she was really good as a heel.
Yeah.
Yeah, wow. Just in time for the mixed match challenge.
Oh.
What a coinky ding. And I thought
it was another good match.
Puppet Jack on the floor. I think he's dead. Brie Bella defeated Maurice by DQ in a match.
No.
Can we believe that was the main event of SmackDown Live in 2018? I still can't.
Oh, you cynic. Our context, obviously, yes, but it was part of the Miz Bryan feud. Damn it.
Yeah, but why is... I feel like I've watched so much Brie Bella this week. She's on both shows. She's being Brie Bella. Not that... Right. She tries really hard. I'm not saying that she's like a slacker or whatever, but...
There's a book coming. Oh, there we go.
But she's obviously quite awkward to watch in the ring. She doesn't move that well. And I just think maybe they should stop referring to her as like an inspiring female wrestler.
See, I don't know what part of mainstream star
I
own
understand
reality show.
That's what it's
saying.
all
But
about.
yeah, I mean, great. Yeah, I mean, like, the Bellas are on. No.
Nikki Bella can
I've
wrestle.
had a few matches, I'll give them that. But I think Nikki Bella's the good one.
But Brie, I mean, when it's all set up for her, she does all right. Like, I remember the WrestleMania 32, I think it was, like pre-show, where she got the yes lock on and everyone was like, "Way, that was a good
actually, I
moment."
remember that.
But I think she needs to be used more sparingly than she is.
Not in every brand.
Not on both shows, yeah.
Not NXT ready yet.
Yeah.
Right.
If she came out of NXT.
Speaking of which, what else happened? Oh, let's skip ahead. We don't care about that.
Ciampa's got a theme.
Yes, that was what I was going to say. Ciampa now is a
Bit
theme.
generic, isn't it? Doesn't really fit his character, I don't think.
And he said, yeah, it was his personal way of telling the fans to shut up. So I went from, why's he got music to, oh, that's great.
Yeah.
And the only thing on NXT, it was a good episode this week, but the highlight was Pete Dunne is worried about his champion versus champion match next week with Ricochet because he'll have to figure out how to put 2 titles on his mantle.
Yes. I've recently been watching Peaky Blinders, which I've never watched before. And suddenly British Strong Style makes a lot of sense to me, where they got their whole gimmick from. It's very Peaky Blinders. It's just Peaky Blinders. It's like, what are you going to do when we kick your face in? And they're all there in the suits and that. That's just, have you watched it?
No, is this going to be like Vince McMahon didn't realise Razor Ramon was ripping off Scarface?
Yeah, it was like, I was like...
It's just Peaky Blinders.
I watched it, and during one scene, he's like angrily writing a letter or whatever with his flat cap on, and Love Is Blindness is playing in the background. Like, Love
Oh, they even took that.
I think it's like a different. I think it's a different version, but I was just like, it's just British Strong Style. But they've done it well, you know. They've done it well.
Yeah.
Wembley's coming up as well. I should have mentioned that in the news.
Progress? That's good, and I love Progress because it's such a sensitive time to be them. Make sure they don't say anything wrong on Twitter. And people were sending me when they said, why are you saying that you got the biggest show in the UK? You know, ICW's Fear and Loathing had a higher attendance ratings than Yeez. He went, we never said that. Apparently, and then somebody attached true print screens. Not only did they said the UK, they said biggest show in Europe.
Oh.
So got the next Dubs rough to suffer from, but I'm kidding. Progress's big shows can be very big.
Yeah.
I'll not be there. I'll be in Amsterdam.
What else I forgot about?
Weeks, it's legal.
We'll be there. Can we say that?
Yeah.
Well, we'll be there.
Covering it.
He'll be there.
Me and Sam. Come say hi. And what else? What other wrestling promotions do we have to talk about? Mayan Classic Round 2. I feel like the matches
Maffew.
are a bit short. You're right. We're gonna have to
Can you even say
put that
that?
at some point.
No, I'll be fine. Just carry on.
Mayan Classic episode 2 was on, and it was a bit. I'll do it again because that's just made it more obvious. People are going to be looking.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what to do.
I'm sorry, pal.
Where's the tape gone?
Did it just fall off?
How did it fucking fall off?
Is it in the pocket?
No.
Oh, there it is.
Aha. I'm sorry, guys.
It's all right.
Just a reference, it'll be fine.
Yeah. It was also week 2 of the Mayan Classic, and I feel like... Sorry, you're looking at the camera. It's also been week 2 of the Mayan Classic, and I feel like the matches aren't getting as much time as last year. Is that just me? Or does it feel like the matches are shorter?
I haven't had the time to watch.
Oh,
the
right,
Medium
okay,
Classic.
I saw the
episode
lass
2
who
yet.
climbed up the ring pole to get in the ring. She was very impressive. I
She won-
forgot what her name was.
Is she the same one who did the handstand
Yeah.
span round? Yeah.
Very impressive, that
Osprey
one.
was on Twitter like, wow, and she was like, it's Will Osprey, so she's not getting signed. But no, she was very impressive. I just feel like last year I was more into it. I don't know if it's just because there's more stuff going on now midweek.
To say
But
the least, though.
yeah, but I feel like hopefully as it goes on, we get to the further stages, the matches will get longer.
Well, it's happening right dab in the middle of, Evolution build.
Yeah.
So it's like, yay, women. You're like, yeah, we know. Big show.
Well, yeah. But Michael Satamura, isn't it? She's a great lass.
She beat Killer Kelly. I don't like her.
I think it was the right call. I can't think of any other wrestling to report.
I mean, we've reported on a hell of a lot there today.
to be fair.
That's enough.
Give it a weed. There'll be plenty more.
Let's have a rummage in our mailbags.
See it off, Fresher.
We like to drink with Maffew because
Maffew is our mate.
And when we drink with Maffew,
alright,
we get
that's
it
it.
down and say 7. Say, hey, you're a top lad now. That's the rules. Now you're
They
cool.
call me
Oi,
Big
oi.
Maffew.
Save the Queen. Woo. Do you ever do Save the Queen where someone pennies your drink and you've got to save the Queen by
My
necking
new
it?
Zulu warrior.
No, we never did
Now
that
let's have a go and have a good time in the showers.
Yeah, yeah.
maybe- I see you did go to uni. Hey, there you go. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's time to rummage in our bloody mailbags.
Oh, wonderful.
You just took it off the desk that time, not from down there.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Uh,
Pretending. I did realise, I've now achieved my dream of becoming basically a children's performer with my puppet, my wacky outfits. Reading these off. Well, we're reading the letters today, kids.
In 20 years' time, you'll be doing freshers fairs with Dirty Puppet Jack. Come here, young girls. Like Pat Sharp does. Apparently Pat Sharp does that these days.
I'm not.
Allegedly.
I would have been happy not knowing that. It'd be like New Buchanan, like, I'm not dead. Hello, chaps. Hope you are enjoying your day. Are all well? My question to you all is, if you were in the WWE archive/warehouse and you were told you could have any prop that is currently in there and not on WWE TV and you could keep it, what would it be? For me, it would be the big gold belt, the World Heavyweight Championship that was unified in 2014 and not seen since on TV since it was twice there, and has been shown on YouTube in a warehouse video by WWE. For me, it is the most beautiful title ever created, and to have that would be amazing, considering the history and lineage. Would love to know your choice. Keep up the fantastic work. Stay well, from Waleed.
Thank you, mate, Waleed. That was well explained as well. Well justified. That was a very sensible...
Uh-oh.
Mailbag.
Wait, we won't call anything offensive? That entire
Yeah, it
time?
was just... Yeah.
Have you made this up?
No, Waleed's a real man.
What a nice guy.
I thought it was an interesting
Thank you,
question.
Waleed, yeah.
I've got no idea what's in the warehouse.
For some reason...
Let's assume everything is
Yes.
on TV.
The first one that sprung to mind, and I don't know if it's even the thing that I want the most, but the thing that sprung to mind was the big blue Smackdown fist. And I don't know why. Just stick that
Just pop it on the
on
side
my
of your
house.
wall.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's good. I would probably choose Crash Holly's weight,
Oh, the...
Yeah.
Yeah.
and I would carry it around with me.
Like
so
that.
people would know that I was heavy.
Yeah.
Something to do with Kane, I would have. I like Kane. A mask,
Like his original...
the
man.
wrench, something.
The battery, the car battery.
I shocked the knackers. That car battery.
Knacker shot, yeah.
Shirts in the warehouse.
It is black mask with red, not the red mask with black.
Oh.
In 01 when he was his biggest. That's Kane.
Or if it had to be a belt, though, just to elaborate on his question a little bit further, probably for me the globe one, not the winged eagle, the one after it, the one that Triple H
Right,
carried around
right.
all the time. That was
Yeah.
good.
I was talking just belts.
The smoking skull. That's a cool answer to say, isn't it? The smoking skull.
WCW Cruiserweight Tag Title.
Right.
I was thinking about the big WCW letters from Nitro. They'd be nice to have in the garden.
The ones that they did sideways on the old WC pay-per-views. You ever see that? It's actually so it actually says WC and then half a W.
Really?
Oh.
I think it must look good for cameras, but they didn't tell anybody, so they showed cameras the other side. It's clearly like that. That's bizarre anyway. Hi Ross, Josh, Maffew, and Puppet Jack.
Who's Josh?
Who's Josh?
Is Josh in there?
Josh is what I was introduced to Alexa Bliss as on the WWE conference call. Like, okay, now we have Josh from Cultaholic, and I just didn't correct him, and I felt myself die inside. She was like, hello, and I was like, oh, never mind. It's only Alexa Bliss. Fine. Yeah.
It's like, Josh, my favorite.
Yeah.
Recently started watching Ultimate Beastmaster on Netflix.
What?
Only to surprise that Wade Barrett was one of the UK hosts/commentators, and CM Punk was one of the American ones. Also, Danny Minogue is one of the Aussie commentators.
Oh, Danny Minogue.
What the hell is this show?
Fantastic.
What shows have you watched where you're surprised to see a famous wrestler? Keep up the great work, Sean Heron.
Cheers, Sean.
Get your own back, obviously.
Who was on that?
Dave Benson, 30-year veteran of the business.
Shit.
The one that came to my mind, apart from Get Your Own Back, was Ant and Deck on a Saturday morning, SMTV Live, where The Undertaker assaults them around to blow you up. Assault course.
I need to see
Then
that footage again.
then they're straight up afterwards presenting. It's like,
Yeah.
sell the tombstone, lads. Is that the one where...
Get a tombstone at Bounty Castle. I am fine, lads. It's all right.
I know Johnny Vaughan
I
getting...
can't see him. For
I
God's
think it's
sake.
definitely on YouTube or Daily Motion somewhere. Because I was watching it the other week. It's fantastic.
Is the PJ being unable to see on Bagger Grove, is that just funny in Newcastle, or does everyone...
I've said it a few times in videos, and people have. I don't know whether it's just people from Newcastle, but they've recognised what's going on.
That is the
I'm
most regional
blind, Dad.
thing.
I'm blind. You cannot see, man. So for those who don't know, is it PJ
PJ
gets
and Duncan?
shot in? Is it PJ or is it Duncan?
And was PJ.
And was
Yeah,
PJ.
it was PJ.
PJ gets shot in the eyes with a paintball gun
On Bagger Grove.
on Biker Grove while they're on a field trip thing.
Backer Grove was a
With
TV
yellow
series.
paint.
Set in Newcastle.
I'm blind! With yellow paint all over his face. It's fantastic.
Cannot see, man. And he looks at the camera and goes... oh. This has nothing to do with your question. Thank you very much. Seeing Ludwig Borger show up in Die Hard with a Vengeance.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wait.
he goes. He's one of the cops that. Who was it? Sam Jackson who goes. Yeah, well, the thing's just been hijacked. And they go, oh, okay, great. Yeah, thanks.
Is that Ludwig Borger?
Yeah.
I love Die Hard with a
And then
Vengeance.
he's just like, can't leave it here. And he's just like, what? It's a bomb. I go off. Oh, yeah. And it's the big burger.
Right.
And he says, I cannot see, man. I cannot see. in Finnish.
Mine would be when I first saw. I think when I first saw the Adam Sandler remake of The Longest Yard, I didn't realize that it was packed with wrestlers, but there's loads of wrestlers in it. Goldberg, Nash, Austin, and Nelly, popular rap artist.
Bob Sapp.
And Bob Sapp, aye, as well. I forgot about that. And PJ from Tiger Crow.
Of course, I guess the best one's Buff
Takes
Bagwell.
Takes an NFL football to the eyes.
I can't see, man.
Past the PJ. Oh, no.
Doesn't Nelly have a song about being blind or something? Am I just making that up?
A song.
Yeah, Nelly.
Nelly,
Was he a big bug?
I don't know.
Country grammar, ride with me.
But I was shocked to see when Buff Bagwell was in the Gigolo thing, shagging old women.
Like
That's
ICP?
footage that exists on the internet.
Does it?
Yeah.
Never
Yes,
seen that.
I know you don't.
It was an it was an advert. He was like in the advert. You see, he's bare ass going up and down.
Wow, okay. Anyway.
Delightful.
Okay. All my air my lungs for this one. Hey diddle diddler, the cat and the fiddler.
Oh.
That's Conan disguised as Max Moon.
Oh.
The big dog laugh because it's his yard now. Bobby Fish needs to get better soon. I was at Lads and Jack. When I was little, my parents didn't let me watch wrestling, and so I had to sneak into the TV room to watch and quickly change the channel whenever they walked in. This was also around the time when I was terrified of the boogeyman, in brackets, the wrestler.
Right, yeah. Not
You were clarifying.
not the myth. Not the
the legend.
Not the old wives' tale, yeah.
And so would also get a fright and change the channel out of panic.
Right.
What? When I heard the ticking clock of his entrance theme. Fast forward a few months and MVP also had a ticking clock at the start of his theme. But young me couldn't tell the difference between the two. Long story short, I was terrified every time MVP came in the ring. So my question is, was there anything your parents let you watch when you were kids? Love the podcast. Sachin from Cape Town. I think he's just racist.
Thank you for your question.
Well, I had the
The song.
infamous Mae Young pay-per-view taped, and I watched it after school with me mum, and wrestling was gone for a bit. I think I was 7 maybe when it happened, so there you go.
I don't have one off the top of my head, but because I don't think my parents thought wrestling was as like non-PG as it was back then. I think they just assumed it was like, oh, it's just wrestling. So I was probably seeing stuff that I wasn't ready for. But I've got something that I was scared of and had to change or like fast forward the video that I had it on. Do you remember when Vampiro was feuding with Sting in WCW in the dark days? There was like a graveyard match or something.
Yeah.
And just the footage, the grainy footage of one of them walking down and the other one's going to come out and ambush him from behind. That was too much for me. I was like, he's going to bury him alive. I've got to fast forward this. It's so awful. Yeah, that scared me, that. Vampiro really scared me as a kid. And now, look at him.
He scares me as well. If he shows up in real life, oh, watch me run. I wasn't allowed to watch a lot of stuff as a kid. My parents were very, I don't know, they're very liberal, is that the right word? Very hippie-ish, but they were like, no, you'll emulate it. I'm like, I want to watch South Park. What am I going to emulate? They're cardboard. So I was one of these lame kids whose parents were like, no, you're watching it, you're too young. Whereas every other kid was watching it.
I just knew that when Heartbeat played, that was bedtime. See you later. 8 o'clock.
Heartbeat?
This is like first school though, until like sort of 9 years old.
But like...
8 o'clock.
Okay, that's
9
an
years
original
old?
thing. Heartbeat was a show that was it episodes like 90 minutes long.
It's not that he's not that he was banned from watching Heartbeat. It's
No,
just
just
that happened to be when his
when that
bedtime
played,
was.
you knew it was bedtime. See you later, Ross.
Right, okay.
Get out of
Like,
my sight.
Heartbeat's too graphic for you.
Yeah.
This
Rather than watch
quaint-
real sex on Channel 5, Heartbeat's not for you. Yeah, so I wasn't watching most things, but then that enabled me to watch some more messed up stuff because then my parents were okay with me seeing Watership Down, Return to Oz, all the other stuff that gave me nightmares for
Pete's
years.
Dragon.
So by the right. So by the time I came to watching, like Hellraiser and whatever, I'm like, is this it?
Yeah.
Willy Wonka scared me more than this.
When he's angry, or in the barge, in like the canal
The
boat.
entire film.
It is creepy in hindsight,
Oh, it's
isn't
great.
it?
I love it. As an adult, I love it. As a kid, I'm like, oh.
The bit that really upset me was when he's angry at Charlie, when he's like, "Good day, sir." It's like, oh, he's been so kind before that.
But
What a
he
film.
didn't nick it.
Yeah, it's Roald Dahl Day at the time of recording as well.
Is it?
Yeah. My favourite was Danny,
Oh,
the Champion of
mint.
the World. My favourite book by Roald Dahl.
I love BFG. Was the first book I read. I thought was an adult book. It was huge.
It's a good book, that.
Aye. Quentin Blake was good, wasn't he?
The Illustrator.
He still is. He's still
He's
alive.
still kicking about, is he?
I know.
Old Quentin.
I just David Williams stuff now.
I went to see the BFG live, me, in Anik.
BFG Live.
How did they do the
I
Giant?
don't know, I can't remember.
Oh.
I just remember being there with me mum, and that was it.
Thank you,
I
Ross.
remember potions being a thing. So yeah.
That's in the story, yeah, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
potions.
To give them the dreams.
Yeah.
Yes.
I haven't touched.
I haven't read it since
Yeah,
a kid. I still
brilliant.
remember. I didn't see the David Jason cartoon or out like that, or the new one.
I saw the
think
crap
about
one
it.
they released a couple of years ago. I've seen that one. Just a bit
Is it not good?
Yeah, wasn't for me.
I've just seen the next question. How beyond then? That's what it says. How beyond then? My mate Billy once wanked off a dog from start to finish. What's the worst finish to a match you have ever seen?
What? No.
Proper job. The Chutney Ferret, Glastonbury.
The chutney ferret.
That's like something off Bo Selector, that.
So what was the question?
How beyond then? My mate Billy once wanked off a dog from start to finish. What's the worst finish to a match you've ever seen? Proper job. The Chutney Ferret, Glastonbury.
Starcade 97.
Oh, you've answered it then. Was that the Sting Hogan one?
Yeah,
was.
Bret Hart.
Well,
And
the
the
fast count.
the fast slow count.
You know, he's only just, was either this year or last year, said, oh, yeah, Hogan told me to mess that up. After all these years.
We knew.
I thought it was just
We
Nick
knew.
Patrick.
Or maybe people have told him, you messed up that finish, right? Because it was weird, like, no one's ever said, oh, yeah, the finish got me. No one's ever said, like,
That was
yeah,
his fast count, though. One.
He was from AAA, that was his fast count.
He always did a weird thing with his arm, Nick Patrick, didn't he? Like that. Went up in the air. Made his count twice as long as it had to be.
Yeah. Worst finish you've ever seen. Anything involving Dean Ambrose in the year 2014.
But he's so wacky.
If it wasn't Bray Wyatt appearing via hologram in the Hell in a Cell, which made me think, oh, that's okay. He'll feud with Bray Wyatt and then he'll win the title at WrestleMania. Ha 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 ha. I know nothing about wrestling. I don't watch it most of my adult life. It was the TV exploding.
What? When was
Remember
this?
the TLC match with Bray Wyatt? He's like, I'm going to hit you with a monitor. And then it just exploded.
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
For no reason. It was never said Bray Wyatt had magic powers. It was never said that, like, oh, Dean Ambrose's wackiness set it off because I had a wackiness filter on it. It just exploded.
Yeah.
Like TVs are want to do in the year 2014.
I've got a classic one.
Go on.
A retro one. WrestleMania 8, the main event. Because it's just brilliant. Sid versus Hogan.
Yeah.
The leg drop's never been kicked out of.
Yeah.
Papa Shango was meant to break it up. But for someone... Was it his fault? Was it the guy who was meant to give him his cue?
He said on the photo shoot episode on WWE, which is on the network for $9.99 a month, that he was waiting. Never got the call, so he never got any heat on him because he's like, no. And they're like, yeah, he's kicked out. You might as well go now.
Yeah.
Here comes Papa Shango. It's like the night in Monty Python.
And then
It was only the main event of WrestleMania, though, Jack.
Whippleman gets on the apron. Hogan punches him off or something. And then the referee's like, that's a DQ. Call it off. There we go.
Yeah, DQ.
DQ. Hogan wins.
Papa comes in, he's knackered.
Yeah. It's a long ramp.
Yeah.
It is long. It doesn't look like it's going straight to the ring. It's like around.
Nick Patrick would have been there and won.
And then they're beating up Hogan. Then the Warriors returns quite exciting, but
It is, and then you can definitely see why people went, nah, that's Kerry Von Erich. Warrior died.
why? Because he looks different.
Yeah, he's lost all the weight because he was.
Because it was
What's
the
steroids? What are you talking
Steroid
about?
time. It wasn't actually Kerry Von Erich. Come on.
Can we change it to go full circles? Yeah, it was Kerry Von Erich.
No,
Everything
I
you
refuse
think.
to believe that. No.
Yeah, just subtly do a list. Top 10 things wrestling fans don't know. Yeah, it was actually Kerry Von Erich.
We can exclusively reveal.
After all these years. Because Warrior was off sick because someone shot him in the eyes. All right, it's enough of that joke. Thank you very much for your questions. Please don't send them.
Terry,
Have
I
a
can't
think.
say that.
Can't see. And Papa was supposed to get shot in the eyes, but he missed his cue, so it was all right. If you please have a think about your questions, make them great, then send them to cultaholic.com.
Mailbag@cultaholic.com. That is the right address. He said the wrong one.
Thank you.
And the big question this
So
week
big.
Oh my God, yeah.
most shocking Hell in a Cell moments.
Revealed.
We want Now, part 3.
Secrets
Gone
of
wrong.
the business.
Gone
reveal.
sexual.
We should all put masks on. And have our voices choose your who.
Rob Schneider is Hell in a Cell. What were your shocking moments of Hell in a Cell history? Something.
By
Video.
God, it's gotta be Kane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What a
enough.
moment. My favourite Hell in a Cell moment, as well as one of the most shocking.
Is it your favourite debut?
Oh, yeah. That's how many? 6 months or so? 4 months did it play out for? King, your brother's coming!
I think since King of the Ring, that try not to laugh. King of the Ring 97 of that year, because I don't remember that because Paul Bearer was threatening Undertaker with blackmail, and he was wrestling Farouk in the main event. So Farouk said, "Never mind the blackmail, Paul Bearer. You should be about this blackmail," which is still Farouk's best line ever.
Fantastic from Farouk, that.
It's good. It is good.
But I think it played out over many months, and then all of a sudden, down he came, ripped the door off. Pyro went off, everyone lost their minds. Fire comes out the ring posts.
Everything done right, really. I mean, that Kane's theme was the thing that got me first. So he gets a guy, yeah, that's go off, and then that, Undertaker's bad, but Kane's in red.
yeah,
He's
it's true.
red.
That's how red he is. The theme is red. The lights are red.
It's weird, isn't it, when you look back, like people just didn't think he looked silly, him.
No.
Oh no!
It just worked. It just worked, didn't it?
From hell.
And it's the fact that you know it's got to be Kane
Yeah.
because he said he is. And they go, "No, that ain't him.
Oh.
Didn't he used to be black? What's happening with this?" Oh, it's this. Go on. What's your favourite shocking moment?
It's not a good shocking moment, but it doesn't have to be, does it? Because it's just shocking moments.
Good point.
The hanging of Boss Man. God,
Oh,
wasn't
God.
that? It was shocking. It was a bit of a shock. Like, it's still like a bit, whoa. It was a bad match, right? It was a bad match, capped off with a ill-advised angle. And it remains a shocking moment, I think, but also a bit of a distasteful one.
It just shows the attitude era, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my God, Big Boss Man's dead. Snickers are sponsoring the pay-per-view. After this, the superstars will be on QVC, where you can buy Big Boss Man's tombstone.
It's like Sam was editing a Hell in a Cell thing that we're doing recently, and he says that in between that and the main event of Rock Austin, there's an advert for, before they had access, they had like the WrestleMania Rager or whatever, and it's just the weirdest, like they go from like, oh my God, Boss Man's dead, and then it's just this like, this like horrible concert full of like new metal era sweaty wrestling fans all in a pit. Austin's on stage going like, I'm going to kick The Rock's ass. The Rock's on a balcony going like, I'm going to kick your ass.
Oh, that was Rage Party, yeah.
Rage Party, that was
He's
it.
got the gift of Vince McMahon dancing because, what's his name, who played Chef in South Park?
Yes, he's there. Isaac
Hayes, thank you.
He's there playing salty balls, chocolate salty balls.
And he's there
Bossman's
going-
just died.
Oh my God, Boss was dead. Ooh, suck on my chocolate salty balls.
It's crazy because it's just, it's
You should
brilliant.
have played that as he's dying.
Stick him in your mouth and suck him.
him.
But he was back the next night, wasn't he, Boss Man?
Was he?
Yes.
On Raw?
I can't remember. I'm not too sure.
Well,
He
they
was
went,
back
who
to-
raised the briefcase? They went, it was Boss Man.
No, they didn't. Nobody ever said that.
They did. It's Kerry Von Erich.
That cost Steve Blackman a shot at becoming the champion in that match. Wasn't Blackman in that
Not
match?
the champ. No, it was for ownership of the company. Yeah, Blackman.
It
comes
cost
out.
Blackman becoming Vince McMahon. Wow.
Yeah, because then Farouk comes out and goes, "Don't be worried about Steve Blackman." Be worried
No,
about-"
no, he's not gone there. Oh, he's not done that.
I'm sorry.
At least you based it off an actual thing he said, I suppose. At least for everyone watching, he based
I'm
it off an
happy with
actual
that.
thing.
I'll take ownership.
What's
of it.
your most shocking Hell in a Cell moment,
I
Matthew?
think I just said. Shocking Hell in a Cell as a kid. This actually happened as well. So, we had watched wrestling would just be Channel 4. My dad had Sky, bought like the proper Sky package. We had the little cable box with BT, whatever. So we would just watch the SmackDown things. And it was building up to No Way Out. And I was convinced as a kid, like, oh my God, Cactus Jack put his career on the line against Triple H.
Yeah.
So he must be winning because there's no way Cactus Jack's going to retire. And so my dad, God bless him, I mean, he recorded, didn't set up live, right? He recorded it or went online to see what the result was and rang me in the morning before school. So I didn't know it, no internet or whatever way of seeing him. They rang me about, have you heard the news? And I went, Cactus Jack's the champion, right? And he went, no, Cactus Jack lost. And I went, oh no. And I'd honestly forgot about that until you said that, because literally as a kid, I could not. This is when I was reading Power Slam magazine, by the way, and he was all vague. But so, yeah, and my dad's like, have you heard? Like, he need to console me and say some kid at school was like, ha, Foley lost. I went, no, at school. Crying in front of all the other kids. My dad rang me before school to say, he sat down.
That's class, though.
Don't need a bit yet. Yeah.
That's really good parenting, that. That's really good.
So watch it, because then I think we made it across the street recorded.
Do you
so
still
I
watch it? You still watched it?
Oh, I think do I still watch it?
No.
I hate it ever since. 20 years later, major
Can't watch that match.
Ever see Foley get acid in his face like Arby Den? No, because I watched it and went, wow, this match is great, because I didn't know the thing was coming, so we did the backdrop, went through, and then it was like, oh, then he kicks out. It's like, go on, Foley. Maybe my dad was blind to me. Then he came out and agree, pinned him.
Still, that's a very good moment. Well done.
He came back though.
Wow.
Oh, that was
All's well that ends well.
That was one of the things we're discussing. So Finn Martin was inducted to the Wrestling Media Con thing, and it was obviously his contribution to journalism in this country. Yeah, Power Slam. But for long-term readers of this, there were things that he would do repeatedly. You'd notice them. For whatever reason, I don't know why, and I love Finn Martin. I've got a chance to speak in person. He was very nice. But every month, every 2 months, he would bring up the fact, like, Mick Foley were appearing at the pay-per-view this weekend to wrestle Randy Orton in a no holds barred match. Mick Foley famously lied to the fans about retiring in 2000 and came back at WrestleMania 2000 for a bigger pay. He was just...
What was his stance on Terry Funk then?
Right, you know, like John Cena versus Shawn Michaels be headlining WrestleMania 23. On a unrelated note, Mick Foley famously lied to the fans. He was like, why are we like under a word limit? And it was the magazine was due in an hour, so I forgot to ask him, because he would always bring that up. Hated Jericho with a passion.
Really?
He didn't argue all the time, just of all the bad moments. A month after interviewed him about Fozzy.
Oh, good.
But anyway, yeah, thank you very much for this to me confess that moment.
That's great. That's one of my favourite moments on the podcast so far.
Thank you.
That's all right.
It'll be fine. It'll be all right.
Yeah.
I'm going to cry after this.
Bringing back painful.
He's back on Sunday for Hell in a Cell. He's in the...
He's back!
Yeah, he is back.
He's back!
He lied to the fans again.
We can start next month. Mick Foley was there, who famously lied. Retired in 2000. I think we should end on a high note.
Why? What a fun episode, lads.
Well, it's been fun for us. Hope it's been fun for yourselves. I've been Maffew, and I wore the shirt because somebody on Twitter asked me to. It's going in the bin after this. And you can follow me on Twitter at Maffew Greg, MAFFEWGREGG.
At Jack the Jobber.
At Ross and Wrestling. At Cultaholic.
See yous in a bit. Join us and that. I can't say, man.